Clearly the builder was a Greek, which is why they lean everywhere.
Huh. It's a good call. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how to clear stairs, first as an individual, but you only really need to understand the principles from an individual's point of view. Okay, so imagine that I have a group of 4 behind me, and I call for the stack on stairs. So we initially cleared this main room, and we called out the possible hallway or possible room danger area over to my left, and the stairs danger area to my right. So imagining there's 3 people behind me. No need to simulate. I'm only going to go up by myself. I'm gonna call, like I said, I'm gonna call the stairs stack on me. The number 2 man, he'll say set. 3 men will say set. 4 men will say set. Then I'm gonna say moving, or I'm gonna say clearing stairs. Either way. So with stairs clearing, the entire process is done as if each individual within that stack is clearing it for himself. Meaning to say, as the number 1 man, every time, it's going to be walking as well, walking pace. Every time I have a new angle exposed to myself, I'm going to look at the angle, I'm going to cover the angle. So initially it's going to be this sub-balcony here. Later on you get a better view. I know it's not a very conducive environment to train because it's such a small area, but you just have to bear with me.
Do you mind if I go upstairs?
If you guys want to go upstairs, that's fine. Yep. Alright, I'm going to start the demonstration with explanation. So initially, with every new angle, so initially it's going to be this corner balcony here that I'm going to start to scan. Then as I push up, I realize that, hey, there's a rear balcony that's looking over me, so I'm going to scan here. Then all of a sudden, my right side is exposed because of that door, so I'm going to scan the right. So my aim keeps moving left, right, left, right. Every new angle exposed to me, I'm going to start scanning as I push up the stairs. Alright, and this will be the same. I'm going to cut here, and this, and I'm just going to stand here and talk to you guys. This process is the same for the second man. Every new angle that's exposed to the second man, he's going to cover for himself. Every new angle that's exposed to the third man, he's going to cover for himself. That's the same, so on and so forth for the fourth man as well. Reason why that happens is because in the stack, you are in a sequence moving up the stairs. So if the number 1 man covers for himself and the number 2 man covers for himself, every new angle is covered by the number 1 man. Every previous old angle covered by the number 1 man is covered by the number 2 man. So essentially, eventually, every angle is going to be covered by all 4 men in that theory. Do you guys kind of understand what I mean? I know explanation's a bit dodgy.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So right now we're gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna have Klein as my number 2, Marquez be my number 3, and Jelly be my number 4. And you can stand upstairs, you can stand downstairs for this to watch demonstrations. Up to you guys. No, the entire group is remains with the stack unless the team leader calls otherwise. I know technically it might seem that someone needs to maintain the security downstairs because you've already cleared it, but essentially a fire team is not capable, doesn't have enough numbers to do that. When you clear a large building like a mansion or whatnot, and you can leave security elements in place if you're clearing it as a section. But to maintain integrity with the principles of urban operations, you need especially if the next room is really big, you need all 4 men to clear the next room. Cool. All right. So make sure everyone is in walking pace for the demonstrators. So stack on me stairs. 2 set.
3 set.
4 set.
Alright, moving up. Clearing. Split room. Draw to my left. 1 set. 2 set.
4 set.
3 set. That was done well. Let's cut the demonstration there. No, I didn't ask for the demonstration. I don't think you guys were prepared to do the split room clearing, but you guys did it well anyway, just based on the principles of the previous demonstrations. One thing to always look out for is now that back window is more or less closed, so that's fine. But I did notice Jelly, he was crouched when he cut that corner. That was good because of the window over there. So always reduce exposure by crouching on the windows if you have to stay stationary around them. And everyone looked inwards after the room was cleared. That was good. So they're covering a quadrant. My number 2 man, Klein, he covered the possible door that was where JJ is standing, which is good. And Jelly, he was covering the stairs. I noticed that. So that was all good. I think you guys more or less get the principles of UO from that demonstration, it seems.
So, pretend that this this split in the room doesn't exist, just for purposes of training. So, when we're all stacked on the wall, what happens is number 1 man busts in after he's done his breaching, scanning, whatever he's doing. Then what he does is he decides on what's called the heavy side of the room, as what a dude touched on earlier. Where the most likely threat is going to come from. In this instance, I'm going to determine that that's on the left-hand side, because that's where the most space is. So from here, what happens is the room is broken into 4, or broken into a quadrant. So number 1 man, upon determining that he's going to break left, he'll turn left, and he'll go up to what will be called the top left quadrant. Number 2 man will break to the opposite side of number 1. So upon entering, he'd see that number 1 has broken to the left, so he would break to the right. He would run straight along the wall and end up in the top right quadrant, or the number 2 quadrant, top left being number 1 quadrant. Number 3 and 4 man, after their half to 3/4 second pause before they enter, they would just mirror what number 1 and number 2 have done. So number 3 would break the same way as number 1 and end up down here in the bottom left quadrant, or the number 3 quadrant, and number 4 would break right into the number 4 quadrant, the bottom right quadrant, I should say, correction, and most likely cover the rear and provide security on the door.
Coming left.
Does that make sense? Were there any questions about that one? Queries? Comments?
Window.
All good.
Cool.
Thanks, Rocktilla.
Door.
No worries.
Stack up with me.